Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Aryatītarasīvara Dhagavarisa Gugayil Arivairami Paramattuman Arunachala Ramanan Parival Ulam Muruganala Paranarndidu Guhayarndu Arivam Vizhithiravaai Nisam Arivaai Adu Veliyam Annamalayai Adiyenai Andandre Aviyudal Kondayanakor Kurayundo Kurayum Gunamum Ni Allal Yenne Nivatrai Yennuire Yennam Yeduvo Adu Seivai Kanne Undan Kazhalinayil Kadar Perukke Taruvaye Kanne Undan Kazhalinayil Kadar Perukke Taruvaye Om Atimadura Chapahastam Aparimitam Modabhana Saubhagyam Arunam Atishaya Karunam Abhinava Kulasundarim Vande Om Aim Hrim Shrim Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachar Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. So this Tattvavit, this Jnani Purush, how he lives, Sarva Karmani Manasa Sanyasya, having renounced all the karmas, all the action. How he renounces? Shankara says, by seeing Akarmani in Karmani. Meaning what? By seeing that all these things are happening in Prakriti and I have nothing to do with it. With that attitude, he has renounced all the karma and aste sukham vashi. Vashi means that person who has controlled all his senses and mind. He remains there in his heart as a blissful self. Where? In the Navadvare Pure Dehi. So he resides in this Pura of this city of 9 gates. Such a person, Kurvan na Karayan. Even though he is doing na Karayan, he is not doing anything. So that is the exalted state. And then Bhagavan says, I have not created this Kartrutva Abhimana, this Bhoktrutva Abhimana, that is the attachment for the karma phala. And I have not created any of these karmas. Subhavastu pravartante. It's all in the nature. Nature means it's not in the nature, means in the nature of the man to act in the world outside with desire and desire prompted activities. And therefore he gets attached to the fruits also. Somehow he identifies the body mind and thinks he is the doer. So it is all in the Subhava, in the nature, means Maya. and I have nothing to do with that. And I don't ask for any sukruta, or I don't accept any papa also. So the fact is, the jnana is covered by ajnana. Therefore, these jivas, these creatures are deluded. So it's as simple as that. We are the true self, which is blissful, but somehow it is covered by ajnana. Means what? We are unable to know it, or we are not having that experience. So as if some ignorance is covering this true jnanam. So that is why everybody is deluded, considering oneself to body, mind, and then going round and round in the samsara. What to be done? Through the right knowledge, this ajnana should be destroyed. And then adityavat jnanam. This jnanam, which is like sun, after removing the darkness, it shines itself, or it reveals the self. So therefore, the jnanam is very, very important. So for that, what one has to do? It is said in the verse 17. We will read it again. 17th verse. Tad buddhayastadhatmanaha tannishta tatparayanaha parayanaha gacchantya punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. Tad buddhayaha, meaning what? Your buddhi should always be glued to him, or always thinking about him. Him means what? The Brahma Tattva, which is nothing but the Atma Tattva shining in your own heart. Tad, that. Buddhayaha means your mind or the buddhi should be saturated with that. Tad Atmanaha, that Brahman is Atma, the self. Tad Atmanaha, that is actually my own self, this recognition. Tad Nishtaha, and abiding there. Tat Parayanaha, meaning while living the life, taking in refuge only in that Paramatma. Meaning what? Not depending on anybody or anything, only taking refuge in the Paramatma. Such a great jnani, jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha, he is purified by his own knowledge, true knowledge. All the sins are washed away. Gacchanti na punaravrittim, apunaravrittim. He goes to that higher state from where he will not return back. So as I told you in the morning, when our mind is soaked with devotion for the Lord, when our buddhi is contemplating on Him, and for our day-to-day sustenance and for our protection, we are depending only on the Lord or the Paramatma. And when we recognize that Paramatma to be our own self, and when we are rooted there, that is the way to go. Instead, how we are living now? Only in the world. Always worried about this and that, attached to people around. And like a pickle, we chumma, God. Chumma, we do some chanting, we do some puja poti. That's all. Some japa, a little bit of it, and some pilgrimages. But he says, the mind should be saturated with his remembrance. The buddhi should always contemplate on him. And we have to recognize through proper study and contemplation that he is a self. And we should try to abide there. So, such a jnani, because of his jnanam, he is purified of all sins and he goes to that padam. So, it means what? If you choose Atma and Atma alone, then Atma chooses you and reveals to you, reveals itself to you. That is all. See, today we saw in the Bhagavatam, Guruji was explaining how Dhruva, a 5 years old, what a great determination, Vairagya. Imagine going to the forest. My God, no, I am going to do tapas and propitiate God. I am going to get His blessings. Whatsoever may happen, I am going to do that. See, determined, firm in his resolve. That is why he is called as Dhruva. Firm in his resolve. But our resolves are shaken easily. One phone call from our family. Hey, I am feeling very lonely, sad. I miss you. Okay, I will come, wait. What about Bhagavad Gita? That can wait. So we run. That is what is our resolve. But here, Dhruva, like Dhruva, we should be totally focused, totally determined, and very firm in our resolve, and intense in our sadhana or whatever, remembrance of the Lord. Then that kind of a jnani reaches the supreme. Till this point we have seen in the late morning class. Now, moving on. How he will conduct himself in the world, what is his bhavana, what is his attitude towards the world, that is beautifully revealed in the verse number 18. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shuni Ch5 shvapakecha pandita samadarshinaha Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini shunish Ch5 shvapakecha pandita samadarshinaha Vidya vinaya sampanne. Vidya cha vinayaha cha vidya vinayau. Vidya means what? Atmano bodhaha. Means one who has got the knowledge about the self. He is called as one who is vidya, means one who is knowledgeable. And vinaya. Vinaya means upashamaha. In Tamil it is called adakkam. Adakkam means what? One who is humble. Vinaya. Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane. When he happens to meet or interact with this vinaya, Vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane, a brahmana who is really a brahmana, who is full of knowledge and full of humility. So, towards him, number one. Number two, Gavi. Gavi means what? Cow. Suddenly, where from cow has come? Towards the cow. Hastini, towards the elephant. Shuni, towards the dog. Shvapake, one who eats the dog. See, those days, the Chandalas, Chandalas means what? Those who are in the funeral, means graveyard. Conducting the funeral, the graveyard, is called Chandala. He is so shunned because he eats the dog's flesh. Shvapake, cha panditaha, this wise man, one who knows the self, samadarshinaha. He has an equal eye for all these people. Whether it is a very highly evolved Brahmana, Vidya vinaya sampanne Brahmana, Sampanna Brahmana, or the cow, or the elephant, or the dog. See, dog is always said dog. And one who eater of the dog, whoever it may be, he is the same for all. It was that kind of samadarshanaha. Samadarshinaha means that is the mark of a great jnani. Why it is said different things? Because this Brahmana is a very sattva guna pradhan, very sattvic in nature. And this cow also to great extent sattvic. Then the hastini, the elephant and other things, rajasic. And then dog and the dog eater, tamasic. See what it means, he doesn't see the guna how it is expressing, but he sees the Brahman in and through all. He is the same Paramatma in and through all. Therefore, Samadarshinaha. He sees the one instead of seeing the differences. They are different according to their gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. But for him, he is not seeing the differences, which is born out of gunas, but he is seeing only the one. So he is Samadarshinaha, Panditaha. That is the mark of a true Jnani. That way, in and through, if you see Bhagavan's life, always he was same with all, whoever it may be. Even if he is the President of India, same. Very Pamaran, villager who doesn't know anything, illiterate, same. Towards the monkeys, peacocks, squirrels, dogs, he was the same. Samadarshinaha. See, nowhere in any scripture all these things are said, this kind of Samadarshinam. So therefore, this is what we have to practice, Samadarshanam. See, we should not differentiate because of differences. You understand? See, at the same time I am warning you, see, please don't misunderstand me. But in Vyavahara, everything has its own place. You understand what I am saying? So in the Vyavahara, you have to conduct your business accordingly only. See, everything is one. All the ladies, gents, children, elders, everybody is one. Can you go and hug everybody? It's not right. It's not the right way to do things. So in the Vyavahara, you have to respect the dharma, whatever is the norms. But heart of the heart, you should see only the one. See, this is very important, this idea. Otherwise, we mix up everything. Everything is one. So therefore, here Shankara says very clearly, he doesn't look at the expressions because they are different because of gunas. But he sees the one, the Brahman, or the one Tattvam behind all. Therefore, Samadarshinaha. And then a question is raised by Purva Pakshi. How come he treats the Brahmana also and Chandala also the same? One who eats the dog, how he can treat the same? Is it not wrong? Will he not get sin, accrue sin because of that? And then Shankara says, no, he will not accrue any sin because he is abiding in the Brahman, which is dosha varjitaha, nirdosham, which is sinless. Therefore, he will not accrue any sin. That is what said in the next verse. Ihaiva tairjitas sargaha yesham samye stitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmanite stitaha ihaiva te tairjitas sargaha yesham samye stitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmat brahmanite stithaha ihaiva jivadbhihi eva means while living only, not after death, while living only. Taihi means who? Samadarshibhihi, one who has got this equal vision. Panditaihi, who is he? Jitaha, Vashikritaha, one who has controlled his senses. Sargaha, Janma, Yesham Samye Sarvabhuteshu Brahmani Samabhave Stitam Nischali Bhutam Manaha Antakaranam. So he, Sargaha Taihi Jitaha, See, Jitaha means what? He has conquered the Sargaha. Sargaha means the creation, meaning what? To be born and to be born again and again. He has conquered the samsara. See, here Jitaha means he has conquered, not the senses, not the senses. He has conquered what? Sargaha. Sargaha means to be born again and again, meaning he has gone beyond samsara. Samye sitam manaha. Why? Because his mind, sarvabhuteshu brahmani samabhave stitam. Samya means what? The same. His mind is same towards all the beings. So samye sitam means it is always abiding in that state, seeing Brahman everywhere. So samye sitam manaha. Tasmat brahmani te sitaha. Since because they are always abiding in the Brahman, they have actually conquered the samsara. What is that Brahman? Nirdosham hi samam Brahma. Nirdosham. No sin. It is sinless. Kutramatrad. Nirdosham. How samam? It is always the same in all beings. So that is Brahma. In that Brahma, he is always abiding. That is why he is able to see everywhere the same. That is why he has crossed over samsara, or he has conquered the sarga means here samsara. Samsara means what? To be born again and again, and then you die and then you are born again. This is samsara. So the samadarshinaha, he is seeing the same everywhere. It's not simple, it's not easy, because we have got so much of likes and dislikes. We always say something is good, something is bad. Something is sacred and something is, disgusting, awful, sinful. This is how we interact with the world. But this samadarshinaha, since because he is abiding in the Brahman, which is sinless and same, his mind has become so equipoised that he has conquered the ever-changing samsara. See, why it is said nirdosham hi samam Brahma? The Brahma is sinless, nirdosham. Therefore, since he is abiding there, he will not accrue any sin. Even if he treats the Brahmana and the Chandala as the same, because his vision is something else. See, those days, it is really dreaded if you treat the Brahmana and the Chandala the same. Suppose, let us say, Brahmana has come and you respect him, you give him seed and you treat him. Chandala means he is asked to stand outside. That is how those days. Because of his acharam and other things. So, if it is said, he will see the Brahmana and Chandala with the equal eye. Meaning what? How can he see that way? Is it not Papa? He says, no, nothing, no Papa. Because he is abiding in the Brahman which is beyond all Papa Punya and which is same in all beings. So his mind has attained that kind of a sameness in everything. So therefore, he conquers the samsara. So all these are lakshanas of what? Of whom? The Jnani Purush. So Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni in the Ramana Gita, he asks Bhagavan Raman Maharshi, what is the one sign of a realized soul with which we can identify him? Bhagavan said, Samadarshinaha. He is the same to all beings. That is the one sign with which you can identify a Jnani. Ashokavantaha Karunekavantaha. He is so full of compassion. Why? Because he is seeing himself in everyone, everything. I would have narrated this story even before, but still once again for the newcomers I am just going to narrate. See, once in the night time, Bhagavan used to stay alone in his humble, that old hall in his kutia. Those days when he was becoming older and older, there used to be some sevak, personal assistant, because Bhagavan was, while walking, he was not very balanced. So, in case if he gets up for easing out and all, he has to accompany. Those days no proper bathroom, toilet and all, they just go away and then they ease it out. So this Anukkat Tondan, it's called, the sevak is called Anukkat Tondan. Tondan means a sevak. So his responsibility is to accompany Bhagavan whenever he gets up in the midnight and he goes out. So one day what happened, this Anukkat Tondan sevak, he just slept off, dozed off, slept very deeply. Somehow he got up and he saw Bhagavan was not there in the middle of the night. Then he got so shocked, where has Bhagavan gone? So he went in search of Bhagavan, it seems. And in a distant place, he heard Bhagavan's voice telling, Podunda, Podunda, okay da, Podunda, Podunda. Meaning what? Enough da. As if he is talking to his some grandson or somebody. Hey, enough da, enough da. Slang, da means what? Podunda, Podunda, enough da, enough, enough, enough. Okay, okay, enough. He was confused. At this midnight, whom he was talking to? Hare Rama, what is happening? So then he went closer. What he saw was very shocking. A dog. Sorry, full of rabies. Rabid dog. It was licking him. Vehemently, it was licking him. His body, it was licking him. From the feet onwards, it was licking him, the whole of his body. And Bhagavan was offering himself unto the dog and was saying, Podunda, Podunda, okay da, Podunda, Podunda. This person could not imagine such a thing. And it is not an ordinary dog. It's not a pet dog. It's a rabid dog. Nobody will go near it. So scared. Nobody will go near because it's dangerous also. Then he was asking, Bhagavan, what is happening? Then Bhagavan said, after coming back, he said, no. That dog is so fond of me. In the daytime, if it comes, nobody will allow the dog near me. So he has come in the midnight. And he is so fond of me. So he was licking me. So how can I say no to him? See, this is Samadarshanam. We can't even imagine such things. It all happened, it's not cooked up stories. It's all recorded. Such Samadarshina. Similarly, there are a lot of stories relating to our Kanchi Mahaperiva and all. Many stories are there. See, once a devotee in North India, Maharashtra or somewhere, I think in Maharashtra. See, Maharashtra is full of devotees, great devotees. So he has prepared roti and he was about to eat, it seems. Then a dog came. Who is he? You know the name? Namadeva. Huh? Namadeva? I think so. Huh? That was Namadeva or somebody. Then the dog came and it snatched away that roti and it ran away. So this devotee was also running behind the dog. Everybody was wondering why this devotee is running. After all, a roti, let it go. But he was running with the ghee, saying that don't eat dry roti. Wait, I will give you the ghee also. Dry roti, if you eat, it will get stuck in the throat now. So wait, I will give you the ghee also. Such compassion. Meaning, they see themselves in all beings. Then why are you not allowing dogs inside your ashram, Swamiji? That is a different story. They howl and they bark in the night, whole night they bark. And you know what? I tell you very honestly why we don't allow. See, number one, we are not here most of the time. We go around. Nobody is here. And the kitchen is also closed. Once when we give them something, they expect and come all the time. And we can't feed them regularly. See? And not only one comes, then 10 comes. Because they are open, 10, 15, 20 if they come, how can we manage them? See, you don't understand the practicalities. And they fight with each other the whole night. Blah, 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 blah. See, if you are going to have a dog, you have to give proper injection and everything properly you should do and you should keep. Otherwise, the nature will take care of everything. So you are not taking care of the whole Jivarasis. The nature will take care. It's not that you are hating. So it's not hatred. Definitely it is not hatred. Pavam, what they will do? Pavam, they are also hungry like us. If we are hungry, how bad we feel. They are also hungry, I know. Pavangal only. But the nature will take care of all beings. There are some practical difficulties. Like pigeon, Ayya was saying, no? Once when you entertain them, there will be hundreds of pigeon, everywhere shitting. And that is not good for health also. It became very difficult to handle. Certain things are practically very difficult. So, Samadarshinaha. So, he is saying to all. And he go beyond all the samsara. Taihi jitaha sargaha. He wins over the sargaha, the samsara. Ihaiva, while living here only. Because samye sidammanaha. Their mind is absorbed in that one. And that one is what? Nirdosham, samam, sinless and same. Tasmat brahmani, therefore, they are abiding in that. Therefore, they have crossed over samsara. And Shankara gives a big commentary on it. Whatever I said is the essence of it. And then how they conduct themselves in the world outside. Almost the Sthita Prajna Lakshana is repeated, 1 or 2 verses. Na prahrusyet priyam prapya no dvijet prapya chapriyam stira buddhira sammudaha brahmavid brahmanistitaha na prahrusyet priyam prapya no dvijet prapya chapriyam stira buddhira sammudaha brahmavid brahmanistitaha na prahrusyet na praharshanam kuryat. Meaning they don't rejoice and jump. Priyam, ishtam prapya. Whatever is dear to them or ishtam, when they get that, they are not so excited. Na udvijet prapya eva cha apriyam. When they get something unpleasant, which they don't like, they don't hate. Na udvitam, they don't hate. Anishtam labdva. Anishtam means whatever is not ishtam. Anishtam labdva na udvijet. They don't hate or they don't become miserable. Deha matra atma darshanam hi priya apriya prapti harsha vishadastane na kevala atma darshinaha tasya priya apriya prapta sambhavat. See what he is saying? One who is always living in the body, he alone will jump when he gets something very conducive, when he gets something ishtam, what he likes, and he hates when he gets something which he doesn't like. One who is in the body, but one who is Atma Darshinaha, one who is seeing the same everywhere, he will not rejoice or he will not hate, he will not become miserable because he is the same. Kimcha sarvabhuteshu ekaha samaha nirdosha atma iti stira nirvichikitsaha buddhihi. And his buddhi is stira, very firm. In what? There is only one. In all Bhutas, in all creature, it is a one Paramatma which is expressing. Like that his buddhi is very firm. Stira buddhihi asammudaha sammoha varjitaha syat. He has no delusion whatsoever about the world or about himself. Yatokta brahmavit brahmanistitaha. Such the knower of Brahman, he always abides in Brahman. Brahmanistitaha. See? So he is beyond the pairs of opposites, number one, and his buddhi is very firm. that there is only one. Because all his delusions are gone now. Such a Brahmavid, the knower of Brahman, he abides in Brahman always. For us, there is no sthira buddhi. Is it not so? Buddhi is always oscillating. Shall we do this or shall we not do that? Shall we do this or shall we not do that? But their buddhi is sthira. In what? In the perception of truth. The same everywhere. See, for us, when we are in sattvic mood, we try to see the same. When we are rajasic or tamasic, everything gone. See, again and again tell you, if we can be careful about these three gunas, 80% of job is done. 80% of job is done. If we can little bit keep the tamo guna at bay and reduce the rajo guna to great extent and cultivate more and more sattva guna, 80% of job is done. Why? It gives you awareness. Savdhanikanam sadhana hai. You become more aware and more aware of everything. When you are aware, you don't identify. When you are aware, you try to see the one, samatvam, ekatha. See this ekatha. See the one everywhere. Since the Brahman also is same, one, in and through, you are abiding in the Brahman only. So, in the world, vyavaharic sense, the differences are acknowledged. But heart of the heart, you understand that everything is Brahman alone. Even Adi Shankara says, the Advaita Jnanam cannot be literally practiced in the world, he says. It is only the bhavana, he says. Bhavanatmaka. But that is the truth actually. See, that is the truth. But it cannot be practiced, it should not be practiced literally in the world. Understand? The poison is also Brahman, so drink it. And you will never die because you are Brahman. If you are Brahman, how can you die? Only the body will go, let it go, I am not the body. If you are very sure, you drink. Fire is also Brahman, I will jump into it. You will not be burnt because you are Atma, the self. Jump. See? You understand? So, in the Vyavahara, you should know what is what. But Adhyatma means in your heart of the heart, you should always feel everything is one. So, that is how he lives. And then, Bahyasparsheshva saktatma Vindatyatmani yat sukham Sabrahma yoga yuktatma Sukhamakshayam ashnute Bahyasparsheshva saktatma Vindatyatmani yat sukham Sabrahma yoga yuktatma Sukhamakshayam ashnute Bahyasparsheshu Bahyaha cha sparshaha cha te bahyasparshaha Sprusyante iti sparshaha Shabdadayaha Vishayaha Teshu Bahyasparsheshu Asakta Atma Antakaranam yasya saha ayam asakta Atma Vishayeshu Priti Varjitaha san. See, Bahya means outside world. Vishaya, Sparsha. Sparsheshu means what? The objects. Means whatever the senses come in contact with. Sparshana means what? To touch. Is that not so? So, whatever the senses come in contact with, as if touch, as if touch. Touch means not only touching, the eyes seeing the object also is sparshanam only, as if touching only. You understand what I am saying? So, he is not at all attached to all these objects, sense objects. Asakta, asaktatma. Whatever the senses, when they go and touch the sense object, he is not attached to it. Asaktatma. Vindate, vindati, labhate, atmani yatu sukham, tad vindati iti etat. And then he attains to that bliss which is of his own self. He is not depending on the Vishaya Sukha, which he can get from the contact of the senses with the sense objects. He is totally asaktatma because he knows the limitation of it and he doesn't go after it. And he abides in his own self and is drinking the bliss of the Atma, the self. Sa Brahma Yoga Yuktatma, Brahmani Yogaha Samadhihi Brahma Yogaha, Tena Brahma Yogena Yuktaha Samahitaha Tasmin. So, one who is always abiding in that Brahma Tattvam, which is the Atma Tattvam, Sukham Akshayam Ashnute. He enjoys that bliss, Sukham Akshayam, which will not dwindle or perish. Akshayam Sukham Ashnute. Meaning what? There is one Sukham which has no beginning and no end, which is infinite. That is called Akshayam. Kshayam means which will perish, which will decay and die, is called Kshayam. Akshayam means which will never decay, never perish, which will never change. That kind of bliss he enjoys. By abiding in the Brahman, he enjoys that bliss. Compared to that bliss, whatever joy we get from the outside world is nothing for him. It has got no meaning for him. So naturally, he is not attached to any of these sense pleasures, carnal pleasures, because he has got that infinite bliss which will not change. And he is drinking it, yatha ishtam. Drinking means don't think he is drinking. It's all, sort of dramatizing. He is drinking means he is enjoying that kind of a bliss. So for him, this is nothing. For us, we don't know any other happiness than eating extra samosa or a laddu. We don't know any other joy. Is that not so? Swamiji, if you ask us to give up this also, where will we go? So, okay, chalo. But there is always a dosha in it. What is a dosha? Fault in it. It is going to be explained in the next words. This sukha which comes out of the contact of the senses with the sense object is always mixed with the sorrow only. It's not always blissful. In fact, it is sorrow only. We don't understand. He is explaining how it is sorrow, how it is, not that great. Yehi samsparshaja bogaha dukkayonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha yehi samsparshaja bogaha dukkayonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha yehi samsparshaja bogaha. That joy, bogaha, pleasure, which comes out of samsparshaja, because of the contact of the senses with the sense object. That is dukkayonaya evacha. It is the womb of all sorrow only. Yonayam, yoni means what? The womb, they say, mother's womb. Dukkayonaya eva. Evate, they are in fact the abode of all miseries only. Dukkha yonaya. Why? See, I tell you, the search for happiness is the most painful exercise. And he says, why? Adyantavantaha kaunteya. It has got a beginning and an end. It is fleeting. You get it. You get some tickling of senses. Gurudev always says, what is pleasure? Tickling of your senses. You get some sort of excitement, some sort of this thing, but it is gone. In a moment it is gone. You think that to be happiness, so you want it again and again and again. And howsoever you offer in that Agni, Kama Agni, it grows and is not satiated. And then it leaves lot of deep vasanas. So those vasanas again and again push you out, and it will not allow you to know the truth. That Brahmananda you cannot enjoy at all. Dukkha yoneyaha. You know why? Because when there are wonderful object means so many people are eyeing for it. There is always a competition. If you don't get it, you are disappointed. If you are getting it also, you are not satisfied. You want more and more of different varieties. I tell you, this mind. So, dukkha yona, if you think about it, it is source of all dukkha only. Inbathileye irukkiru tunbathin vithu. You know, the seed of sorrow is there in the joy only. How? I want this joy forever. I don't want this to go away. Can this happen? This is the seed of the dukkha. When you love somebody, you feel, I want to be with that person always. Can you remain with anybody always? It's not possible. That is the seed of all dukkha. I cannot live with without that person. Oh my God, It's all play of the mind. It's all dukkha only. We don't know how the mind changes. That person may lose interest in you for some reason, or you may lose interest suddenly, and you have to act always. How can you act always? So therefore, these are all dukkha yonaya heva. This worldly pleasure, what we are seeking, is sorrow only. That's why Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, whenever the mind is resting in Atma, the self, it is sukham. Whenever the mind is outward, when it has started away from the heart and seeking something out, that is dukkham. Whatever it may be, that is dukkham only. And not only that, sukhata kriyate rama vogaha, paschadanda sharire rogaha, yadyapi loke maranam charanam, tatapina munchati papa charanam. In Bhajagovindam, Adi Shankara says, when you indulge more and more in the senses, sense objects, more and more rogi you become. Rogam means what? Disease. And then death is the end result. Even then, the man is not giving up his papa acharanam, sinful ways. See? The mind is always restless. Mind is always dissatisfied. It wants more and more and more. At the end of it, you are exhausted and very tired, and you are not happy actually, dissatisfied only. Because adyantavantaha. Kshanikam dukkam. Whatever is limited is sorrow only. Whatever is unlimited, infinite, that alone is bliss. So whatever is conditioned by the Triputi, the knower known knowledge, is always dukkha only. So all the experiences are dukkha only. It is limited by the experiencer experienced. When you go beyond this Triputi experience, then there is bliss. That is why I am telling you, we don't need any experience for our happiness. Only when you go beyond all experiences, there is true happiness. It is only trick of the mind that we need this experience, that experience also to be happy, to be fulfilled. No. In fact, that is the source of all sorrow. Please understand. Going beyond all the experiences only is Sukham. That is infinite Sukham. Sukham akshayam ashnute. Therefore, he says, Adyantavantaha. It has got a beginning and end, and it is yoneha, dukkha yoneha. It is only the source of all sorrow. Therefore, hey Kaunteya, son of Kunti, na teshu ramate buddhaha. See, this is the instruction. Buddhaha means the wise one will never ever revel in the sense pleasures. Teshu means in the senses, in the sense objects. Na ramate buddhaha. He will never revel in the senses. Why? Because of his viveka buddhi, he knows dukkha yonayaha eva cha. They are just the womb of all sorrows only. Adyantavantaha. It has got a beginning and an end. As I told you the other day, we have got a guna, liking or disliking for objects. It is there naturally. And the objects also, as if they have got their own gunas. When these two matches, we feel, aha, we have got it, and that is joy. That is not joy. Because the same object gives so much of dukkha to other person. This fish, it smells horribly. My God, I don't know what it is. They dry it up also. In Sri Lanka, very liberally they put it in everything. If you go to restaurants, liberally, you should not trust. They don't know it is not. They don't know that it is non-veg. They think it is part of vegetarian only. What do you call it? No, what do you call it? No. There is some specific name. No. For that powder they say something. Anyway, that is not important now. Podi, what? எனக்கு தெரியும் எல்லா பொடியும் பொடியும் மூக்கு பொடியும் தான் பொடி. So whatever. See, that is very horrible. So very horribly smelling. But some people relish that smell. My God. எத்தனை கோடி இன்பம் வைத்தாயடா இறைவா. They say. For us it is துன்பமோ துன்பம். So if that particular guna means that kind of smell has got happiness to offer, it should offer everybody or not? Please think. Similarly, a person is giving joy means that person should give joy to everybody or not? It is not so. So it is not from the object. It has got to do with your mind only. Somehow it has got to do with the mind only. Mind has got likes and dislikes. When your likes and dislikes align with the object's gunas, you feel, I have enjoyed it. I am happy. Everything has its own guna. If you touch a flower, it is very soft. That softness is its guna. And somehow you like that softness. So you say, it's very nice to touch. It is not nice to touch or anything. That stimuli has come and gone in your consciousness. You only tell or you only distinguish and say it is good or it is bad. Who? The experiencer. He comes up and says, this stimuli is good, this stimuli is bad. That is how he says. But actually what is happening? An innocent stimuli which has its own guna rises and goes. It has got nothing in it. And your mind has got a particular vasana which is called as your guna. Somehow I like that. So when those things come in contact, you say it is enjoyment, it is pleasure. But what Shastras say, when you want that, when you have got a desire, your mind is disturbed. I want. When the mind is disturbed, the Atmanandam cannot express through the disturbed mind. When you get that object, for a second the mind quietens. So in that quiet mind, you enjoy Atmanandam only, not from the object. But you misunderstand that Anandam to be from the object. Object has got nothing to offer except whatever guna they are with that guna. That's all. Since your guna also aligns with that, you say, I like it, I want it, and it has got happiness, therefore I want it. See, whatever is finite cannot give you fulfillment, satisfaction. You try. Sometimes these youngsters, they come to me and tell, Swamiji, I am going to US. I got a job there. I am going to US. Or I am going there. I am going here. I say, you go anywhere you want. Do whatever you want. Indulge in any pleasure you want. But you have to come back to the source. Why? All these things will not give you total satisfaction. You have to come back to the source. வருத்தப்பட்டு பாரம் சுமப்பவர்களே என்னிடம் வாருங்கள் இளைப்பாறுதல் தருகிறேன். You have to come back to the source. என்னிடம் வாருங்கள் means to the source you have to come back. அங்கே தான் இளைப்பாறுதல் இருக்கு, உண்மையான இளைப்பாறுதல். எப்பவுமே peace, to rest, relax, there only you can relax. See, howsoever you indulge in the world, you want to come back and rest and sleep. Why? In sleep you are one with Atma, even though you don't know. So therefore, please understand, the Vishaya Sukha is always mixed with Dukkha. Why? You want it again and again. And you know, it's a law of diminishing returns. More you enjoy, less happiness you get from it. The first time you eat a laddu, 10th laddu if you eat, my God, horrible. So the 10th laddu should give you 10 into that kind of happiness, na? But no, it gives you 10 into dukkha. So it's a strange thing, you know. People don't think about it. They blindly indulge. They don't think about it. But Swamiji, you don't know, there are pleasures which are really wonderful. You may tell me, I really don't know. You may tell me, but I believe in our masters. When they say guna guneshu vartante, it is truth. When they say the happiness is not in the world, I believe and I only go by that. Because with my intellect also I am able to appreciate it. When they say everything is Atmanandam only you are enjoying, I am able to appreciate it. But it is not that easy, because there are so many factors and so much of emotion involved, so much of physical, chemical reactions involved. So much is involved that you cannot discriminate there and find out the truth. That is why it is called as Maya. But if you are a ruthless thinker, contemplator, person of discrimination, this is how you should think. And not only that, dukkha yone evate, adyantavantaha. It has got a beginning and an end. He is a dhira who doesn't go after that which is perishing. We should want only imperishable. After so much of effort, you get it, but if it goes away, is it not sad? If it is a real sukham, it would have satisfied you. The very fact that you are not satisfied, even after indulging again and again, it means something it is eluding, like a mirage water only. But the mind will not accept. Their vasanas are very strong, mind will not accept this proposition. It says, what do you know? There is happiness in this world. I will indulge. Okay. But it is all dukkha yoneha, please understand. So this is the instruction. Na teshu ramate buddha. The wise one will not revel in that. So he will revel only in the Atma, the self, not in the world. Now, see this 23rd verse, how it is constructed. See how beautiful it is. Shaknoti haiva yas sodum Prak sharira vimokshanat Kama krodhotbhavam vegam Sayuktasya sukhi naraha Shaknoti haiva yas sodum Prak sharira vimokshanat Kama krodhotbhavam vegam Sayuktasya sukhi naraha Prak sharira vimokshanat, meaning before the body falls dead, before that, while living only, Kama krodhodbhavam vegam yaha sodum shaknoti. If a person can withstand the force of kama and krodha, meaning when the kama, the lust and passion and the anger when it rises, when he can just stand detached and not get swayed away. Meaning what? Sodum shaknoti. One who can really face it without getting disturbed or without getting shaken. Sahayuktaha. He is a person who is rooted in the self. Sukhi, he is the blissful. Naraha. Naraha means the human. Blissful among the human. So our aim should be, while we are living only, we should learn to stand detached from all the emotions whatsoever it may be. You know, it is said, this kama is like Vali. You know Vali? Not the Vali, Vali. Vali, character in Ramayana. See, those who fight against him, they lose half their power, strength, and he gains that power. Kama is something like that. When you stand face to face Kama, you lose half your energy, half your vitality, half your power, and Kama gains. So you cannot remain face to face. If a person can withstand Kama and Krodha when it is rising in his heart, holding on to the feet of the Lord, or as just a detached observer, if somebody can stand, then Sayuktaha, he is rooted in the self. He is Dhiraha, he is a Dhiran, Sukhi Naraha, and he is the blissful among humans. So Bhagavan, what he says, whenever lust and passion rises in the heart, don't go to analyze them, understand them, or don't try to fight against them. You ask for whom this kama, this passion. Straight away you ask for whom this passion. The answer will be for me. Who am I who is disturbed by this passion? Who am I? And look within and try to find out the source of this I. There is no other go. If you get involved in the lust and passion, either positively or negatively, you cannot win it. Positively how? If you are carried away by the lust and passion, you are gone. If you stand and fight against it, like Vali, it gains power and you are destroyed. You cannot fight against it. What you can do is, instead of focusing your attention on the kama, that emotion, either what you can do, you can inquire for whom this emotion. To me, who am I? From where this I is arising? Like that you should dive within. Or, J. Krishnamurti says, as a detached observer, just watch and observe. Let the thoughts, let the emotion rise. It cannot do anything to you, because of your grace and blessings, the thoughts are rising. You are not dependent on the thoughts, but the thoughts are dependent on you for their existence. They are in me, I am not in them. So let them rise. They cannot do anything to you. You just watch and observe, let it pass. With this Sakshi Bhavanam only you can conquer. Let it pass. But Swami, at that moment I feel very restless, very negative within. I want to do something. That is the problem. You want to do something about it. Either just indulge in it and finish it off, or you want to get rid of it. Don't try to get rid of it, you cannot. You just remain summa, watch and observe. Let it pass. It will pass. Once our Swamiji said, it is like monkey sort of meddling with its wound. The monkey, when they get a wound, they will not remain quiet. What is his wound? They go on meddling. When you go on doing it, it becomes big, big, big. Then the monkey dies. Similarly, when you get a vikara in your mind, vikara means this kama vyavaharam or whatever in the mind, if you go to nonda ponona, why this is coming, how it can come to me, what is this, how will I get rid of it? Nothing can be done. See, all these things I am telling you not from any book, your own life's experience. You have to just stand and watch and observe and allow it to pass. Or shift your attention from the experience to the experiencer. Who is this experiencer? Who is troubled by this experience? Who is the drik? Who is disturbed by the drishya padartha? See, as a drik, I am not bound by the drishya. They are in me, I am not in them. I am just a witness, observer. Like that, if you practice Sakshi Bhavanam, then to some extent you are safe. You are safe only when you abide in the self. Till then, all these practices you can try. Most of the time you may succeed, but in the weaker moments you may fall also. But when you fall, don't feel too guilty and destroy yourself. It's all part of the nature to fall and rise, walk. You understand? They are all deep. So therefore, watch and observe. So before, prak sharira vimokshanat, before one discards this body, if somebody can, like a dhira, stand face to face and not get swayed away by this kama and krodha, sure. What is sodam shaknoti? If he can just put up and go through this experience without getting disturbed or swayed away, saha yuktaha. What a wonderful description. Na? Saha yuktaha. He is a yogi. Sasukhi naraha. He is a blissful one in this world. So we will stop here and continue tomorrow morning. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.